And finally, this is the last week video, and it is week 8. So, let's start. Week 8 looks like has a lot of stuff, but I'm pretty sure we really didn't do much this week because there was a lot of waiting. It's just a lot of detail. So week 8, the most that you need to worry about is battle stations. So, as you all may know, battle stations is a very secretive evolution, and we all sign in page 13, which prohibits us from talking about battle stations. So, I'm not going to go really into depth about battle stations because you could be prosecuted because of the page 13 that we all signed. So, let me backtrack to week 7 because there is something important about week 7. Those people that got ASMO'd, the ones that I talked about previously, if you didn't pass the final PFA the first time or the second time, they ASMO you out of the division and they send you into a division that strictly works on the PFA. So you are going to do the PFA again. I don't know what really goes on when you go to the ASMO division, because I have never gotten ASMO'd out. I didn't get ASMO'd out of my division, so I really don't know what happens then. But when you get ASMO'd out, they make you pack all your stuff. You take all your stuff to another ship, which is just another building, and you just go to another building and you do whatever they told you to do over there. But if you were able to pass the final PFA, you get to come back with your division to do battle stations. If you still didn't pass it, and your division has already done battle station, you get to do battle station with another division. So, it's in your best interest to pass the final PFA or work your hardest during your 8 weeks so that you aren't going through that misery during when week 8 comes around. So, for battle stations, the most important thing that you need to worry about during battle stations is just don't fall asleep. There was actually a girl that fell asleep during battle stations, and she was our yeoman. So, some people are trying to go to sleep in the heads, but that is really not permissible. It's frowned upon, and if you get caught, you will be ASMO'd or severely punished by getting yelled at. They're not allowed to, I think they can make you do push-ups and sit-ups, but I'm really not sure. For the most part, you will get yelled at, I think. But there was a girl that fell asleep, and she got yelled at pretty badly, and she started crying because they threatened to ASMO her, and she was our yeoman, so that's not even good. So just don't fall asleep. Oh, okay. So yeah, just don't fall asleep. I can't talk about the exercises, but I thought I heard something, but it is an all-night evolution. Don't fall asleep, though. What else? After battle stations, you get to eat 2 entrees because you didn't get to eat something the night before, or breakfast. You didn't get to eat breakfast, I think. And you get to eat 2 entrees, so they make up for not feeding you. So yeah, eating was pretty good, and especially if you have something really good for lunch that next day. Yeah, that was battle stations. And okay, all the things you did previously throughout week 1 through 7 will help you with battle stations. So, remember that. Graduation practice. We did graduation practice. For my division, we always practice for graduation because we were at just about 4 graduations, I think. So we practice for graduation almost every time, every Saturday. But for most division, you guys will start graduation practice. And this time you will be marching through with your division, displaying the flags or the sticks that you've earned throughout your 8 weeks, and proudly, showing your parents what you and your division were able to accomplish. So, yeah. Graduation practice. Okay, so after Battle Station, you get to have free days, which is Recruit Heaven. And Recruit Heaven, you get to go play games and make phone calls and get on the computer, but you still have to spend your own money. You really, you have to spend money to do whatever you want. So, you have to spend money to get on the computer. You have to spend money to play games. You have to spend money to buy snacks, of course. So you're spending money, and you have money, so you shouldn't worry about it. After that, we have like Captain's Cup. I have World Cup on here, but World Cup is for soccer. So you have Captain's Cup, which is just a competition between different divisions, different divisions similar to your own. So we were in a mixed division with male and females. So yeah, you were going to be competing against other divisions like you. Actually, my Captain's Cup wasn't the best because my RDCs, all their prior divisions were Captain Cup winners, but we lost miserably. So they weren't very proud of us, and they kind of made fun of us for it. But oh well, it's all in good fun. So we did Captain's Cup. Actually, another thing about my Captain's Cup day, there was a lot of drama on my day. I don't think there's going to be a lot of drama on your day, but if there are very competitive people, there might be drama, because there was this girl that disrespected another girl, and I did not find that it was very teammate-like at all. It upset me, and I ended up telling her a few things. I'm hearing noises. I ended up telling her a few things. So, yeah, if you have a division where there are girls that are competitive, or guys that are competitive, it might bring out the worst in everyone. So keep that in mind. Excuse me. Preparation. I have preparation. Oh, okay. So yeah, preparation for graduation. That's kind of cool. So with the preparation for graduation, you are going to check that. You're going to check that all the names of the people that are coming are spelled correctly. I can't remember how many people can come per person, but I only had 2 people that came, which is my mom and my sister. And sometimes, there are people that don't have any family coming. So what we tried to do in our division was the people that had too many people to come, and the people that didn't have enough people tried to give their spots away to the people that had too many people. So I don't know, it was actually, we were told that we were not supposed to do that. So I really don't know how that worked out, because I only had 2 people that came, and I think somebody tried to get one of my spots. I think you can have 4 people, but I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. And somebody tried to get my spot, but I don't think it worked out very well. So yeah, you're checking to make sure that all the names are correctly spelt. And if their name is spelled incorrectly and you have someone that is a stickler at the front checking names, your family member risk the chance of not being able to come in. There is also a code word that your family member will know when you're gonna give them a letter. Okay, so you're gonna send them a letter. It's gonna have a code word, and the word changes, so it's not always the same. And if they don't know that word, they're not allowed to come in. And that's just for the protection of everyone that is in the building. So, yeah, so make sure your family knows that word because otherwise they can't come in. Make sure that they have ID on them because that's important. And, yeah, okay, so this week we also had a pizza party in a completely different building. And we had to march over there, but then we ate pizza. We were able to talk to very important people, and it was a bit intimidating because we were just recruits, and this is the brand new military, so it was a little intimidating, but for the most part, the atmosphere was pretty laid back, and we ate a lot. You can eat as much as you want to, but you still have a certain amount of time that you get to eat in, and most people click up, so you're probably going to eat with your clique. So the pizza party was pretty much cool. There was a lot of pizza there, so I had fun. They're going to talk to you about Liberty Call. Liberty Call, Liberty Call. That's the best thing that you can hear during boot camp. Liberty Call is after graduation, and you have a Liberty card, which is just a piece of paper, and you need to keep it with you because it gives you some important information like who to call. It also tells you that you're not, I don't know if the card tells you this, but you're not allowed to drive when you're on Liberty because you haven't driven for 8 weeks and they really don't want you to get into an accident this last week because that would be just freaking terrible. And after Liberty Call, okay, so it also gives you like numbers that you can call. I don't know if I said that already, but numbers that you can call in case of an emergency. It tells you what time you have to be back. So yeah, during Liberty Call, you're not allowed to be in civilian attire, and it depends on the time that your RDC wants you to be back. They will tell you a specific time. So during this time, you get to go roam around the state and make sure that you're back by the time your RDCs have instructed you to. During Liberty, you might have watch. Your RDC, that is subject to the discretion of your RDC. If they want your division to have watch, they will make you guys do watch, your 4-hour watch like you're supposed to. So be careful of how you act throughout your 8 weeks because your RDCs might be a complete ass during the last week or the last day of boot camp and make you do watch. Some people actually have to stay at Great Lakes after, okay, so after Liberty, you have to come back and everything, and then you have to, some people have flights the day of, or the next day, or the day after that, but your flights will vary out through your division, and some people have to stay in Great Lakes depending on their rate. And some people have to fly out that night. I was lucky enough to have to fly out that next morning. So I spent the night in boot camp and spent the night the last day. And then that morning at like 4 o'clock, we had to wake up to make sure that we went to go catch our flights. This is the most stressful day to me because I had to pack my stuff, and the bags were just heavy, and I don't really like carrying heavy stuff. I don't think anyone really does, and I just did not like it, having to pack all that crap. To make sure that you don't forget anything, because if you forget it, you're gonna have to buy it all over again, and sometimes people forget their boots, which is not fun, because I don't know how expensive the boots are, but if you have to buy another one, you have to break it in again, which is just a hassle for you. So make sure that you don't forget anything. They give you a check-off sheet to make sure that you have everything. I didn't really use it. I I just checked off everything, said I had it, even if I didn't have it. They actually tell you to make sure that you go through it thoroughly. I didn't want to waste my time, so I just checked off everything and then called it a day. If you have to spend the night at boot camp for that last day, you might have watch. In the fleet, everyone has watch. The ship is wherever you are is always under watch. So there is always someone on watch in case something bad goes down. So you might have watched that last night, which is most likely because yeah, just watch. I think I had watched, but I'm really not sure. Can't remember. Long time ago. But sometimes you might not have watched, and you also have a baby division. So your baby division might be doing watch with you. So in all, you're gonna make some pretty decent bonds in boot camp. I actually still talk to some of the people from boot camp that was in my division. Not so much the guys, but I do speak to the girls, which is kind of weird because I really don't have a lot of girlfriends. But you make some really strong bonds in boot camp. And that is pretty much all I have to say about week 8 in boot camp. If there is anything that I said that I did not clarify, please let me know. Rate, comment, and subscribe. Ask questions. I love questions, and I get back to you all fairly quickly, in my opinion. And sometimes we can just chat back and forth. So if you have any questions, please let me know. You guys have a great day and life. Bye.